enter the 9th month. Can?
Can.
So if you look outside, you will see it rain certain place today in terms of it's a leap year. So you're going to have a 13 month. And can?
Can.
So Passover should be between the 21st of April to the 23rd, based upon the moon and the sightings that we have tracked so far. Can? So you will find out that this 9th month, all the months, something historical happened in our history with each and every month. So we'll see now at this 9 month what our ancestors went through this specific period. Can?
Can.
Where's Sister Mayana? Go get her. So Mayana, get your apocrypha for me. How much brothers and sisters have apocrypha? So get the first book of Ezra 8 and get 92 for it. First Ezra 8:92, Sister Mary.
Then Jocanias, the son of...
Could you speak up for me now?
First Ezra 8, verse 92. Then Jeconias, the son of Judas, one of the sons of Israel, called out and said, O Ezra, we have sinned against the Lord God. We have married strange women of the nations of the land, and now is all Israel gone.
So you see what he said? And this is the first step in terms of correction. They admit what they did. And the sin, what they did here was what? The black woman married white man, the black woman married Chinese, the black man married strange woman. Right? Read on.
Let us make an oath to the Lord that we will put away all our wives,
Read.
which we have taken of the Eden with their children.
So look at this. So even the children what they have for these strange women, they letting go. So they said, let us come together and make a oath unto the Most High. When we gonna come together and stand for righteousness? The rest of the world doing it is just Africa is behind. Get Jeremiah 51. Michaela. Don't lose that man. Hold on. Verse 4. Jeremiah 50 verse 4.
Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 4.
Read.
In those days,
So that's a future prophecy, meaning it's not today, but a day coming. Read.
and in that time,
In that specific day and time, read.
said the Lord, the children of Israel
The children of who?
Israel
Meaning the 10 tribes. Read.
shall come,
Read.
they and the children of Judah
And
together,
the children of Judah, what? The 3 tribes. He said they shall do what?
together,
Read on.
going and weeping.
Saying what?
They shall go and seek the Lord their God.
So you see that? Right? So they go and make what? Read on.
They shall ask the way to Zion
Mm-hmm.
with their face thitherward,
Read on.
saying, Come, and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant, that shall not be forgotten.
Look at that. So all around the Bible, in different times, in what we read in the Apocrypha, St. Makeda, was in the time of Esdras. But what Jeremiah see something going to come when? Later from this. When the people going to come and make a oath to the Lord again. Right? Continue, man.
Verse 94. Like hast thou as decreed, and as many as do obey the law of the Lord.
So they agree. And many obey the law of God. That's why you say, it's only this generation is the people falling in love. And I don't know if people falling in love because there's no loyalty either. You understand me? But just imagine that day, Esdras, the elder at the time, leave Babylon, because Esdras and Nehemiah was the one who pulled them out of Babylon and come and say, listen man, we're not being blessed, we're not being flourished. Put away your wife. And the people say, okay. Even the children what they have by those wives, which the children is Israelite, but they find out what they did was so wrong that what they said, everybody go. Right? Read on.
Arise and put in excursion, for we got the matter appertaineth, and we will be with thee, do valiantly.
Read.
So Ezra arose and took an oath of the chief of the priests
Read.
and Levites of all Israel, and do after these things,
Continue.
and so they swear.
Continue.
Then Ezra rise from the court of the temple,
Mhm.
went to the chamber of Joannes, the son of Elizabeth, and remained there, and did eat no meat nor drink water, mourning for the great iniquity of the multitude.
So this is what a perfect example of what love is. And you see where everything begins with the head. Everything begins with the head. So Ezra see what the people going through. So what did Ezra did? He went and fast and mourned for who? The people. But now the man don't even know if he's the head because the black woman wants to be the head. Now you have the nigger woman doing the role what the man's supposed to do. But what Ezra did here? Ezra never called a general fast. Ezra went to the temple and he's the one that never eat because you know so many people too saying when you're fasting you can't drink water and you can't do all of this madness because you're wicked and you want to be wicked. But the great thing about it, when you do those stuff, you're not doing it to God. It's the next God that you create, you're doing that for. So Ezra said no meat, no water, and no bread. Because bread is a big part of Israel culture too. When you read the Bible, whatever we eat, we have bread with it. Rice was not part of our culture. But bread was. Wheat. And? Read on.
And there was a proclamation in all Jewry and Jerusalem to all them that were of the captivity.
So you see, so even Ezra, they were captive. They were slaves. Even Ezra admit they were slaves. But the greatest thing with Ezra and you get reparation. You ain't get nothing. Remember Xerxes gave them riches to go back to Jerusalem? And he's still saying he was what? Because they never have a king set up. And why they couldn't have a king? Because Nebuchadnezzar killed Zedekiah. So from that day on, it was just the Levites was ruling, the priest was in charge, until the throne was supposed to go on Yahushua's shoulder. Right? Read on.
That they should be gathered together at Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
and that whosoever met not there within 2 or 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
according as the elders that bear rules appointed, their cattle should be seized to the use of the temple.
Look at that. You see Esdras make out a call? Everybody should gather where? Jerusalem. And you have 2 or 3 days. And if you don't gather Jerusalem, all the position what you have, the temple, they're going to seize it. How many people do you think gather there? So you see why, and these are new laws. You know? The Most High never gave us this law. You know? But these came down from who? The elders. That's why in the Bible we have laws, statutes, commandment, judgment, principles. That's why each school have our own principles. Do you understand me? Because it depends on the moment and the time, you have to make drastic measures. Not to go against the laws of God, but to get the people to ready for the laws of God. Because if we did make that proclamation in Cape Coast, say anybody who don't come to the moon tonight, all the position going to be seized, guess what will happen? Everybody will be here. But you don't know, not because the thing's not seizing physically, the Most High is still doing it spiritually. That's why when I read the book of Haggai, the Most High says when they work money, when they put the money in the bag, what the Most High say happen? The bag of a hole. The Most High say, I put the hole in the bag. That's why all the work, you will not come to nothing. Nothing. And some of you are not truthful, some of you are not fair, and some of you hate the Most High. Read. What verse?
Verse 5.
Speak up, man. Speak up.
Verse 5. In the 3 days,
And
and in the 3 days were all they of the tribe of Judah
Mhm.
and Benjamin
read.
gathered together at Jerusalem.
So they within 3 days, he said all Judah and Benjamin what?
Gathered together.
So look at that. What if Ezra never said we're going to take your position? And I'm telling you, when Ezra said we're taking your position, guess what they're going to do? They're going to take your position. Because remember, Nehemiah was the one that was beating people. So he said within 3 days, they all was gathered where? At Jerusalem. Read on.
The 20th day of the 9th month.
So we in the 9th month now, right? So now they were gathered in Jerusalem. What day? The 20th day of what?
The 9th month.
Read on.
And all the multitude sat trembling,
They sat what?
trembling.
They were shaking. So why were fear in them? Read.
In the broad court of the temple because of the present foul weather.
The present what?
Foul weather.
So it was cool. It was winter. The 9th month begin what? The winter season. Read.
So Ezra arose up and said unto them, Ye have trespassed the law in marrying strange wives,
Mm-hmm.
thereby to increase the sin of Israel.
So you see that. So when we break the laws like how we're doing now, the Most High said we increase the sins of who? Increase it. So that's why Ezra called for this drastic counsel. Right? So throughout the years, what we try to do, in terms of we're still in captivity, we always try to do a fast on the 20th day of what? To bring in remembrance of what our foreparents did at that specific time. And how we just look at it now, like if somebody don't call for fast, we don't fast. If somebody don't think they do something wrong or evil, they don't fast. Do you understand me? You only fast when you think something going bad in your life. But when our Leaders, that's why they define leaders. Whether leaders fast then, or leaders never fast based upon what is happening to them. They fast based upon what happening to the people. Because that's why I always try to instill in you that the people is what matters. Because you know something that they don't. And the mere fact they still continue living their life and don't know, they might be more destroyed. And we have to keep in mind, when one of us do bad, the entire nation is bad. So as I said Saturday, a lot of you like to differentiate yourself and leave. No, we're one nation of people. So that's why Yahushua, when he sent the servants to the wedding, he said, get who to the wedding? The good and the bad. So the bad one you all want to condemn and stone, Yahushua said, bring him to the wedding. Because that's who I came for. I came for the sinner who willing and want to what? Repent. Read, man.
Verse 8. And know, by confessing, giving glory unto the Lord God of all fathers.
So by what?
Confessing.
So no, everybody have to confess their fault. But what we do, we try to suppress and hide it, and we try to move on. It will never work. So that's why Esdras get everybody in the hope now. You see, just like how I deal with things, you don't love for me to come and they whisper things. No. Because you know why we never do it like that? Just like with Job. Job's three friends go to visit him. And the two elders give their understanding. And Job said was a young man who speak wisdom. So when you put something out there, I don't know everything. Why? I surprise people think I know everything. Why you think that, man? So I might say something I don't have the answer for, but he can have the answer for it. Do you understand me? So everybody was in the court now. And Ezra's telling them, this is the direction we're going to go. As what? A nation. Now, you have to think a nation. Yahushua coming back for what? A nation of people. And the good today is no different from the bad. None. Because you are children of captivity. That's why the scripture said, let our light so shine, that men may see what we do and glorify the Most High. Understood? Read, madam.
Verse 9. And do Israel, and separate yourself from the Eden of the land, and from the strange woman.
So this is what we have to do. We have to separate ourselves from the Eden of the land. You see mention land? So meaning the customs that we hold on to. You see what we read last week in Leviticus what? 19? The Most High said, the nation then before us was doing all those. Look at that. So you have a man, a son sleeping with his father's wife. Then the Most High said that the nation before us, they all was doing these things. So now we hold on strongly to the custom that we've been taught. And the Bible said we cannot serve two masters. Yahushua said it. If you're going to serve two masters, you're going to hate one and love the other. And the Most High is so petty. As soon as you bow down and pray to Jesus, the Most High said, okay, Yahushua, he hate me. He hate me. Because the Most High said, I'm a jealous God. Most High said, I'm jealous. So as soon as you break one of the commandments, the Most High said, you don't love me. You break all of them. Just imagine that. You break one, the Most High said, okay, Yahushua, you break all 613. And the Bible says if you hate your brother, what the Most High said did to you? You kill him, you murder him. Most High said if you hate your brother, you commit murder, you murder him. In Ezekiel, the Most High said if you don't want the wicked, what happened to you? The Most High said when I kill the wicked, if you don't want them, what will happen to you?
You kill him.
So you're going to stand up and tell the Most High not guilty? The Most High said, no, you murder him. I tell you to go warn him, you never warn him. Now I come, I kill him, you kill him. Because you the one never warn him. Right? Verse 10.
Then cried the old multitude and said with a loud voice,
Mm-hmm.
Like as thou hast spoken, so will we do.
Read.
But for as much as the people are many, and is in foul weather, so that we cannot stand without, and this is not a work of the day or two, seeing our sin is in these things is spread far.
Read.
Therefore, let the rulers of the multitude stay, and let all them of our habitation that have strange wife come at the time appointed.
So they give schedule. So you see that, how easy that was? So why can't it be this easy today? Isaiah, Sirach 47. Why can't it be this easy today? For us to stop doing what we're doing and so we come to the Most High with one mind, with one consent, with one accord. Read.
Sirach 47.
I cannot hear.
Sirach 47.
Someone you have to say like it's straight?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Sirach 47. And after him rose up Nathan to prophesy in the time of David.
So who was the prophet in the time of David?
Nathan.
Who was the high priest in the time of David? Samuel was a prophet, he wasn't the high priest. Right, continue, read on. That's for this segment after this.
As is the fat taken away from the peace offering, so was David chosen out of the children of Israel.
So the Most High said, when they do a peace offering, just like when you separate the fat from it, that's all what? And this was the question what the man asked about David last week, Deacon. So the Most High make a covenant with you. Abraham, not David, not with Judah. So the Most High saying separate David, right? Read on.
He played with lions as with kids. And
Who play with lions?
David.
Look at this. When you was running around, when you used to send Shamak to the store, Deacon, and he run there playing football and running around with these little laggard children, David was out there playing with lions. And make sure none of Jesse's sheep was eaten. Do you see the difference? Why we have warriors then and we have punks now? These men don't can defend this nation. Punks. Right? Read on.
And with bears as with lambs.
With what?
With bears as with lambs.
So that was David's motivation. Look at this. Every man you see this little boy going, carrying the sheep, going feed them out. Which woman would want him? Who would want to marry a man like this? The Most High make him be king, right? With how many wives? 13 wives? What, 23 concubines? So you see this? Small beginnings always give great abundance. But humility and humbleness is the key. Because David, the Most High make him be a shepherd. And the first thing he was dealing with was sheep. And if anybody ever raised sheep, sheep is the stubbornest animal in the world. Because the Most High was preparing him to rule a people that would be more stubborn than the sheep itself. Remember Saturday we read the Most High say, the cow know who his master is. But ask Israel who is his master. Just like to the deacon in the car. What did the man say? Who he praise, the living, true and living God.
Yes.
Where is he? Because if your God is living, I need to see him. So when I ask him the question, he says in heaven. I ask him, where's heaven? When I leave, he was shaking the hand. Because black people not that smart as I said. Because I asked him a question right away and don't think I believe in Christ. So then he went tell me if I believe that the Antichrist going to come. So I tell him the Antichrist came already. And he never want to answer. And I say 3 times. I said the Antichrist come already. And I asked him who is the Antichrist. He said you teach me. So I asked him who killed Christ. Okay, anybody kill Christ, that's the Antichrist, right?
Yeah.
He said they say it's the Romans. I said no, they never said it's the Romans. The Romans killed Christ. Then I asked him, I said who bring Christianity to Africa? He said the Romans. So you warning me about the Antichrist coming and you accept the Antichrist. Mark, you accept the beast. You accept everything the Antichrist stands for already. You accept the image. The Antichrist coming a beast. You accept it. Do you see that? So what else are you looking for? That's why Yahushua tell you in Revelation 1:7, when he come, the one who pierced him, going to do what? Because they're here already. Read.
Slew he not a giant when he was yet but young? And did he not take away
So,
reproach?
who did David slew when he was young?
Goliath.
So Goliath was a so-called Nephilim. He was a giant. And when David killed him, David was 15 years old. Does that understand? How was work? Tiring? How did David kill Goliath? Huh? Catapult. So one, it's time. How did David kill Goliath?
By using a sword.
By what?
Using a sword.
A sword. To do what?
Cut his head off.
That's how he killed him. Have you ever seen Catapult kill anybody? You see? Christianity teach you that garbage. And it's hard for Christian doctrine to come out of you. So I asked you how he killed him. You tell me a catapult.
That's the start. Someone has more.
So what David do? David knocked him with a stone. And the Bible says when David hit him with a stone, David run to get the sword and to chop his head off. So by the time he to regain consciousness, his head was gone. But Christianity will tell you that David used a slingshot and killed him. And you cannot read the Bible to discern foolishness from nonsense. Have you ever seen here's a catapult? Read my kill.
That's what made Goliath to fail. And then he used the sword to cut his head. But it's all because of that.
Actually, I read. Sit down. Keep standing.
What is the story?
Slew he
Keep
not a
standing.
giant when he was yet but young?
So when David was a young man, what did David do?
He slew a giant.
Listen, y'all have to stop it.
And did he not take away reproach from the people when he lifted up his hand with the stone in the sling and beat down the boasting of Goliath? For he called upon the Most High Lord, and he gave him strength in his right hand to slay that mighty warrior,
So
and
you see
set
that?
up the horn of his people.
Goliath was a mighty warrior. And what David did, because when you do the history, said that's when David started to say the Lord's Prayer. Not the Lord's Prayer, the 23rd Psalms. They said he walked facing Goliath saying the 23rd Psalms. That's your Psalms right there, Sharon? You switch. Read on.
So the people honored him with 10,000s and praised him in the blessings of the Lord. In that he gave him a crown of glory.
So how did they hire David with 10,000? What is that talking about? So the people honor him with 10,000 and they praise his name. How did they honor him with 10,000? Zamar. They used to sing. Every time Israel going to war, they say David killed 10,000 and Saul killed 1,000. That's why Saul was jealous. So when David went to war, David killed more people than anybody else. Just like Moses. When Moses was in the Pharaoh military, when Moses took his platoon out, everybody coming back. Nobody died. Remember when Joshua went to war, 30 men died? And Joshua fasted for 7 days because 30 men died? When we go to war, nobody died. That's why David have, how many mighty men David have? Zaman. I understand. How many mighty men David have? Rahash. How many mighty men David have? Mayan. 300. A war. Is that one? Shh. Shaman. 7,000. Makeda. Huh? 12,000. Deacon. 70.
Yeah.
Daniela. How many mighty men David have? Mighty men David have. David have 37 mighty men.
Look at that. Who said that?
Oh, that was so close.
He said he could send one of those men to take a who's. Remember, even Abner, Solomon warrior, said, Solomon warrior. Abner was one of David's mighty men. And if you read up the history of Abner, there's nobody, the Bible tells us Abner killed a lion in the winter day with his bare hands. He was coming from somewhere and he fall in a cave. When he fall in the cave, who he face? A hungry lion. And he uses bare hand to kill that lion. So now you see America. How many people did America send for Osama bin Laden? 7. 6 human and a dog. So they call that the SEAL team. That's the most sophisticated weapon every military uses now. They SEAL. They call it Navy SEAL. So Navy SEAL training, what they'll do, they'll blindfold you. And they take you and then carry you in the middle of maybe the Pacific Ocean and drop you. And say you have like 2 hours to reach back base. That's how the SEAL train. Every day at least 5, 6 of them die. So the SEAL go through training than any other people. So even Obama said he can send 1 SEAL to destroy a country. They get that from David. Because David, man, them was so mighty. They were walking, they were killing lions with their bare hands. Not even, they don't need a sword, they don't need a stone, nothing. So when the white man come with these Greek philosophy and tell about Hercules and all these people strangling lions, they get that from Israel. That's how we were. We were warriors. So that's why when you're reading now, David take out a man when he was just a boy. And remember, David's uncle was better than him, Joab. You understand me? Because when David was dying, David tells Solomon to kill him. Because David said, Joab will never respect you, Solomon. Because Joab was a bad man too. So when Solomon came into power, the first person you have to kill was who? No? When Solomon came in power, the first person killed was who?
His brother.
His brother. And brother wanted the throne too. Remember, brother was campaigning for king. So David said, let's imagine Deacon and Shamak, Zarak, when they be king tomorrow, first person you kill is Shamak. Y'all don't have that in you. Oh, you going to rule this earth? Even Marcus Garvey said, if you want to rule this earth, you have to act like your enemy act. Look at all these leaders, even in Africa. They are revolutionary, right? They took them one another, right? So you're going to rule this earth if you don't have that consciousness. And David was looking on what? The throne. Not because he had other children, but his seed was going to continue through who? Solomon. So at that time, Solomon was the only one that mattered. So when Solomon became king, David said, took out my first child. Imagine that. And the Most High said, David is a man after his own heart. Just imagine you tell your son to kill his biggest brother. And when David do it, Solomon forgive him. He went to beg Solomon and Solomon pardoned him. But one day he did something stupid. He went to Solomon and said, I'm going to take the woman that was keeping David warm. And Solomon tell Abner, kill him right in the temple. They didn't even make him walk outside. Abner killed Joab, drop on the Ark of the Covenant. When Abner killed Joab. In the temple, because that's the only place you'll see all Israel. Because nobody could create a temple for themselves. You see, just like you here, you're emotional, your feelings will be hurt, you say, I'm not coming back. You cannot say that in Jerusalem. Because if you choose to do what you're supposed to do in the temple at your house, the Most High go and burn it down. Or the priest then will send somebody to come and kill everybody in there. So you have to go to the temple. When it's feast day, remember, even the Bible it said people was looking for Yahushua to come, right?
Yeah.
It's a feast, you have to go. Or you're going to do God's feast somewhere else. When the Most High said the feast must do where my name is. So when all those terrorists come up to the temple for feast, Solomon and Abner was there waiting for them. Read. What verse you at?
7. For he destroyed the enemies on every side,
Mhm.
and brought to naught the Philistines, his adversaries, and break their horn in sunder unto this day.
Read. Who are the
Behold-
Philistines? What nation of people are the Philistines? They? What nation of people are the Philistines? Maya? Huh? Philistine, Palestinian, two different stories. The Philistines are Amites. They're Mizraim's grandson. They're supposed to call Egyptian grandfather. Right? Read on.
In all his works, he praised the Holy One Most High with words of glory. With
Read.
his whole heart he sang songs, and loved him that made him. He set singers also before the altar, that by their voices they might make sweet melody, and daily sing praises in their songs.
So you see what David said up? It was a 24 hours of praise and worship. It's a marriage time. David choir. How many people was in David choir? Yeah, how many people was in it? Huh? 37. Shaman. Shaman. Stand. How many people was in David choir, sir? Rahash. Diane. You was singing in church here, right? Okay, all right. All right. He's a snitch now. How many people was in David choir? Awar. You was at the choir, right? Ian, Jedediah, Yohan Samar. How many people was in David choir? 400. Deacon.
7,000.
7,000. Keep standing. So what? 4,000. Mayana. Stand. Michaela. Huh? 12,000. Sister Joanna.
Da.
20,000. And let me answer this question. How many male or how many female was in the choir?
Hey, you don't even know.
Only males. Okay. I'd like to get that correct. It was all males. 10,000.
Oh, damn! I was saying it.
10,000 men.
10,000
But please, oh,
So just imagine a choir now like R. Kelly, Usher, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross. Just imagine a choir like that. But Marley's a heathen, you make it. So David have all 10,000 men. So when they sing melody a cappella, he said the Ethiopian could stay in the country a year. And David was on the harp. And you have this with one beating the drum, the guitarist. David packed a choir for the Most High. The Most High loved David. Yes, 10,000 men. It's in Chronicles. That's why they really said when the heaven opened, you hear angels singing and praising the Most High. And that's why the Bible said, make a joyful noise unto Yahweh, all ye land. Can? Sit. Read.
He set singers also. Sorry, I read that. He beautified their feasts and set in order the solemn times until the end.
So you see that. So when he beautified the feast, so you see like tonight is a new moon, it was a party. And David sing, David dance. Read.
That they might praise his holy name, and that the temple might sound from morning.
The temple from when?
Might sound from morning.
So you hear singing in the temple from morning to evening, to night. Read.
The Lord took away his sins and exalted his horn forever.
Read.
He gave him a covenant of kings and a throne of glory in Israel.
Look at that. For David's deeds and his work, the Bible said the Most High did what do they say? And he tell that in Psalms 32, 1 and 2. Read on.
After him rose up a wise son.
Who is this wise son?
Solomon.
Read.
And for his sake he dwelt at large.
So look at this now. So you see, after David, the Most High rose up a who? Wise son. And who was that wise son, man? Stand for me. What Solomon mean? What Solomon mean? What Solomon in Hebrew? Huh? Shahab. David. I had said this already. And the whole congregation know I had said this already. So that's why I'm telling you. Rahash. Solomon in Hebrew. Shalom. Or Shalom. Read on.
Solomon reigned in a peaceable time.
Solomon raised well.
Reigned in a peaceable time.
What verse you had?
13.
Read.
13. Solomon reigned in a peaceable time and was honored. For Yahweh made all quiet round about him, that he might build an house in his name and prepare his sanctuary forever.
Read.
How wise was thou in thy youth, and as a flood filled with understanding.
So you see that? No, this is Solomon write this book, and he's asking himself the question, how wise was he in his what? When he was a child. And as a child, he was full of what? And yet you all say I'm too hard with these children. Just imagine you have a father like David. Who you see just coming from war, they hear people singing, oh, you just killed 10,000 man. Your best friend come to you and say, hey, your father just killed 10,000 man. Just imagine you have a father like David. You have uncle like Joab. You have uncle like Abner and all those other people around. That's why foolishness is not an excuse. No matter what age you are. Just imagine your mother saying, wait till David come. You won't give him problem. You don't want to read the Torah. You don't want to study the Torah. Your mother said, wait till David come. Huh?
Story for another day.
You're going to take out that book and read, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to recite it, right? Because David was no novice. And David was at least 9 feet.
Tall.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Saul was taller than him. And he couldn't wear Saul clothes.
So Elder, how tall was the
17 feet.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow.
David was taller than him.
So like you then 3 times 4 or
3. 3 plus.
I want to read it then.
Right? Read on.
Thy soul covered the whole earth, and thou fillest it with dark parables.
Read what verse you have?
15.
Read it again.
15.
Mhm.
Thy soul covered the whole earth,
Read.
and thou fillest it with dark parables.
So the Most High fill the earth with what kind of parables?
Dark parables.
So you cannot understand it. Can? Zamari, stand. Let's try to unravel some of the dark parables. Saturday we discussed about the disciples, them, right? Even today, me and Deacon was still talking about them. And we decide that James and John named the son of thunder, right? What Judah Iscariot mean? Y'all should know I'm coming there, right? And if none of you never check it out tonight, ching ching. We know Judah mean praise Yahweh. So what the word Iscariot mean? That's your final answer? Mayan? So the person who betrayed your kid, you know nothing about.
Elder,
What?
you said Judas is Judah, right?
Judah, yes. But Iscariot is what you have to break down. What's the meaning of Iscariot? Mayana, you went to Bible school. Stan, you went to Bible school. Aisha Yari, you went to Bible school.
Judah not actually praise your house. Praise your house.
Judas from Iscariot.
Judas what?
From Iscariot.
Rahash. Mayan. So nobody go there. And I give you a clue that we might know about the disciples, you should know. And I never mentioned that for a specific reason. Makeda,
Elder.
keep quiet. Awar. Deacon may discuss it today. You never go over it. Stand for me, sir. Iscariot.
Praise your house.
Zawan.
Who betrayed?
Huh?
The betrayer.
Bitch, well done, Zawan. No, remember the parents don't name them. Sit Makeda. Is Yahweh shall give them name. So they have to differentiate between Judah, the Canaanite, and Judah, the one that betrayed. So Iscariot just means the betrayer.
So when did
Because there was somebody else's name and they did that for a next person. Tidius, who was that? Tidius. Who was that? What book in the Bible Tidius write? Paul write Titus. Because you're Jamaican, you want to write. Man, you're not even gonna hold up your head. Hold up your head. Zawan, get me Matthew 10. Sit. I share.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples,
He called unto him who?
and when he had called unto him his 12 disciples,
Read on.
he gave them power against unclean spirits,
Mm-hmm.
to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Read.
Now the name of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who is called Peter,
So you see that? Read.
and Andrews, his brother,
Andrew is who? Read.
James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother,
So these are sons of thunder. Can? Read.
Philip and Bartholomew,
Read.
Thomas and Matthew, the publican,
Read.
James, the son of
Alphas.
Alphas,
Mhm.
and
Libius.
Lebbeus,
See?
whose surname was Thaddeus.
Okay, so who is that Tidius? Tell you, when you read, you pick out the key component. Zamar, stand. Tidius write a book. What book did Tidius write? Philman. Mayan. I'm gonna call her, but stand for me, madam. So yeah, nobody study. I'm going to make you know about the people them with Christ, like who was in church trying to catch in spirit. Rahash. You see, they have a name and there's a surname because the name what them parents give them and the name what Yahushua give them is two different names. So that's why when they come here, you're not no more Ebenezer, you're Rahash. When they leave, I take back my name. Go. Tidius. Who is he? And what book in the Bible they write? Close the Bible, everybody. Everybody close the Bible. Come on, Raj, I'm waiting. Okay.
Yeah, I had something like Libius. The son of
Surname is Tidius. Same person. Libius Tidius. Shema. Remember Deacon tell me he was a scholar. I share, close the Bible.
No, it's not.
Just close the Bible.
Go.
I don't know.
Diana. Mikeda. Daniel. Deacon.
James.
James.
Yeah.
Why you going to be James, Deacon? Sister Joanna. Sister Joanna, stand.
New Testament. Also go.
What she said?
First Corinthians.
Aisha.
Jude.
Well done. Aisha. Have a seat. It's Jude. So no. So they have to add Iscariot to Jude's name just to differentiate them. Jude was, I think Jude died in Armenia. He was well traveled. He was well exalted in the church, in the ministry too. So he was a well traveled, and yeah. Right?
Yes.
Phineas. Yes, that's the same person. So he was the one who mentioned the book of Enoch and all that. He was well learned. Khan? Makeda. Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 1.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1.
Hold on, Mom, I'm getting it. Okay, you can go.
Then shall the righteous man stand in the great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
So you see what the Bible said we're going to do? We're going to stand in great boldness to the other white man, to the Chinese, to these dirty Arabs, to all these people that what afflict us. So you see here, this is why you come here, to build your confidence. That's when you leave here, you go speaking, you don't look foolish. Because that's how the Arab look at you, seeing you worshiping a white Christ. The Arab look at you as being foolish. The white man seeing you worship a stone, he look at you as being foolish. So now you come and you study, you know what you're saying, and by knowing what you're saying, you know to articulate it, you know to speak. That's wisdom. So when you see your oppressor, your slave master, when he come in front of you now, you can do what to him? You can convict him. You understand me? If you all was watching my videos for years, you will see, man, when I go to Israel, Abraham, well, that white boy come there about him named Adam. When I finished with him, he was shaking like a leaf, man. He looked at me and said, what can I do? I said, when we come back and take over, we're going to change that name, Adam. We can't have no white people running around in the kingdom named Adam. We're going to call her Rex or Lassie or something like that. Not Adam. No, but I tell him that to his face. He said, I never know. Well, no, you know. Do you understand me? Read.
And make no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled.
They shall be what?
Troubled.
So you see that because you have fear, you think they bold. But when you can speak eloquently, they're the one ready to take themselves away. And that's why they said if you want to hide something from a black man, put it where? So when a black man is educated in, where's Malcolm X? Martin Luther King? Even Bob Marley? Where are all the black men that stand up for black people? Where are they? Who killed them? So when they see, they shook. But you just don't hurt nobody's feelings, you shook. Do you understand me? But the Bible says we shall stand up before oppressor with great boldness. Hey, no fear. Read.
With terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
So because you're telling him what his judgment will be. So he's going to be amazed. Just like you telling a black man, no, you're going to rule this earth to come. He cannot comprehend it. So when you tell the black man that, listen, you're going to be in slavery for these black people here, guess what happened? He can't comprehend it. But guess where his ass going to be? Get me the book of Revelation, Zamar. Verse 9, ma'am.
Revelation chapter 13, verse number 9.
Read.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
So all of you have ears in your body, right? So if you have ears in your body, the Bible says you must listen. Read.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
What God said?
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So who did lead the black man into slavery? So the Bible said, he that leadeth the black man into captivity shall do what?
Go into captivity.
Do you see that? Read on.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
So who was killing the black man? So it's just the table turn. Read.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So that's the patience. That's what the saints require. All this is what the saints do what? Require. And that's the end, and that's the foundation of everything. But the thing is, we have to be different. And the track that we on, we living this life like we want to continue like this forever, man. We have to seek righteousness. We have to seek holiness. We can't continue in a life like this forever, man. Can? Right, Shabbat Shalom. Any question? No question? Okay. Shamar, stand. Come and stand. Make it stay. All right. We're dealing with songs and motions. Do you understand that?
Other. Is the motion the M1 or E1? Because I can't hear.
M. Move.
M1.
Motion. You ready? I have a question. Lion. Lion. What sound does lion make? Really? That was good. That's a good one. So I'm like you get that. Donkey.
And then this one. Lion. What sound does lion?
What sound does donkey make? That's not a song. What sound donkey make? What they call it? Keep quiet, I'm asking her. What do you mean she don't know? She going to school. Why? What sound does donkey make?
I don't know the name, but I know the
Zawan. Donkey. The song. Human talk. What do donkey do? Shamak.
I don't know.
Is donkey in Ghana?
Yes.
Yes.
I say yeah. You was teaching.
It's here, but
donkey is here.
I've not seen a donkey.
It's in the mountain region.
I don't know.
Donkey braid.
Today I'm like,
Pray.
well,
Elder how?
Like,
Oh, she was saying, but they call it braid.
Eon. We call it green.
All right, Shamar.
like something.
Aina.
It's like they are laughing some.
So what the song?
Under the name of the sound.
Yes.
Hey.
You are literally device.
that one,
So what's that the camera?
I'm one child.